Okey, selamat petang sekali lagi dan selamat pagi dari Finland. Kita berada 5 jam di belakang waktu di Malaysia. We are 5 hours behind Malaysia, and thank you very much for joining the session today. This is our second session from Finland. Last week kita ada semua yang ada bersama saya dekat 7-8 orang daripada Malaysia yang telah juga menyampaikan snippet, sub-snippet sedikit daripada mereka semua. Dan hari ini tajuk kita ialah Education and Well-being of Students in Oulu, Finland. Well-being murid di Finland ni adalah menjadi keutamaan yang besar kepada masyarakat dan juga sistem pendidikan di negara Finland ni. Dan tuan-tuan dan puan-puan masih ingat banyak kali saya utarakan kata hikmah atau kata slogan atau peringatan mesra bahawa think Maslow before bloom. Dan di sini kita boleh nampak perkara think Maslow before bloom itu, we can see that in action, di mana well-being of students is always given an priority. Bersama saya hari ini, together with me today is Dr. Kari Kumpulainen, and Puan Eja, you sebut nama dengan tepat. You mentioned the name perfectly well. Am I right, Dr. Kari?
Yes, you are. Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Okay, so Dr. Kari is the director of the teacher training school in the University of Oulu. Now, what does this mean? Kita ada, bila kita lakukan latihan semasa ijazah kita pergi untuk praktikum, kita pergi ke sekolah di luar. Tetapi di University of Oulu dan 8 universiti yang lain, sekolah berada dalam universiti. So, amalan latihan atau praktikum itu dijalankan di sekolah tersebut dan semua guru-guru di sekolah tersebut, all the teachers in the school adalah guru yang telah dilatih untuk menjadi mentor kepada guru pelatih. They have been trained to provide mentorship yang memang menyerlah untuk membimbing guru pelatih, student teachers, untuk ke arah nak dapat certification mereka sebagai guru. So, itu latar belakang sedikit. Tapi saya sebut bahawa seperti saya sebut tadi, well-being of students itu adalah sangat penting. Minggu lepas pun saya bacakan slogan ini dan memang bermakna it's easier to build strong children than to fix broken adults. Makna dia cukup mendalam. Biarlah kita, ya ada pepatah Melayu juga, saya merentuh buluh biarlah daripada rebungnya. Ya, saya ingat. So, they are firm believers dan ingat, kata hikmah ini bukan wujud 50 tahun yang lepas, tetapi daripada tahun 1855 oleh Frederick Douglass. So di Oulu, bandar Oulu yang ada 200,000 penghuni dan universiti dan beberapa sekolah memang hebat. Every school in Oulu is a well-being school. So kesejahteraan murid dan guru itu adalah amat diutarakan. Dan dalam orang mungkin tertanya apakah tiang utama yang menyokong Finnish education system ini adalah 3 perkara: equity, trust and responsibility. Dan anda dengar pada minggu lepas, umpamanya bila trust, dia di negara Finland tak ada pihak nazir. So, guru-guru akan mengambil responsibility. There are no inspectorates. Dan equity, walaupun sekolah itu jauh di utara Finland, tetapi dari segi geographical, dari segi kemampuan skalanya, sokongannya adalah cukup padat. Seperti juga negara kita, kita pun amalkan perkara ini. Hanya beberapa amalan yang kita mungkin boleh dapat sedikit ilmu daripada mereka dan amalan yang terbaik. Ya. So responsibility juga adalah satu perkara yang sangat diutamakan. Kalau student punya schools ecosystem of well-being, apa sebenarnya ekosistem well-being ini? Yang pertama, pendidikan, murid datang ke sekolah untuk belajar. So schooling is equal to learning. You must make sure learning happens. 99.6% murid mereka akan berjaya selepas pembelajaran pengajian di peringkat menengah. Safety, the safety of students is very important. Di sekolah dan juga di luar dan sebagainya. Dan apa pula, macam mana wujudnya participation? Participation kerana murid mesti terlibat, dilibatkan, tidak dikecualikan, tidak ditinggalkan whenever dalam kelas aktiviti atau di luar kelas. Participation of students is important. Dan murid-murid digalakkan untuk komunikasi yang sihat, collaboration. Apa juga aktiviti banyak beri tumpuan kepada kolaborasi di antara murid. Kerana itu adalah ekosistem of well-being. Nampak mudah, perkara yang kita juga lakukan di Malaysia. Learning kita utamakan, safety of students kita utamakan juga. Kita juga utamakan perlibatan murid dalam aktiviti dan kita juga mengutamakan kolaborasi. So, 4 perkara ini yang diutamakan dalam ekosistem or well-being of students. So, for the next slide, I will pass over to Dr. Kari. And apa sebenarnya the student services dan sebagainya. Thank you. I hand over to
you. Unmute. Okay, everybody, it's good to meet you. I'm Dr. Kari Kumpulainen, and just like Dr. Mehander mentioned, I'm the director of Oulu University Teacher Training School. And today it's my great pleasure to talk with you about well-being in general. So I will share my thoughts by using 3 different slides. Could you please turn
I turned it off, I muted.
Yeah, but also the coming sound. All right. Perhaps we can cope here. So I will talk for you about student welfare services and pedagogical support, daily routines, and also how other actual school practices can enhance learning and well-being when we are talking about our students. So let's start with this student welfare services and pedagogical support, which we will offer. I have divided this topic to 4 different levels. So when we are talking about how school community can support welfare inside the building, so it starts every morning when students and staff members, principals, teachers, they arrive to school. Perhaps doorman is waiting for you. Do you get a smile, or what is the first expression in the morning when you arrive to your school? It's very important. Dr. Mehander already mentioned this safe issue. In Finland, I can tell you that the physical safety, it's not a big issue for schools. Children are coming very freely to school. Normally they are walking, quite often they are biking, sometimes using buses, but normally the way they come from home, it's quite safe. But if we are talking about mental safety, it's another issue, and we have to concentrate on mental safety here. So how to start the day, how to finalize, and one important thing which we have to remember on community level is how do we follow the well-being? How do we collect feedback? Do we remember to ask that, how are you today, and make notes on that? We have to understand that people, they are not machines. We need rest. Nobody can work 24/7, and especially that is valid with students. What about individual level? I'm sure that there are cultural differences, how we think, what is the concept of well-being, but basically they are very simple things. How we greet each other, perhaps how we shake the hands, how polite we are for each other, and do you smile or not? I have been hiring hundreds and hundreds of teachers and principals during my 40-year career, and one of my leading principles is this, that hire the smile and teach the job. So personality means very much for me when I'm hiring teachers. If you smile and you are kind of a good person, I know that next 40 years will be very easy. So everybody can learn the techniques and contents and subject, but not everybody has the smile which is needed. Multi-professional teamwork is needed in school level, and in Finland, I can say that in every school we have a team which duty is to concentrate on well-being. They are organizing events for students and teachers, principals, whoever, and quite often this team is multi-professional. So we have teachers, special teachers, psychologists, medical doctor, nurse, whoever is needed to participate. And very important role is also when we are talking about parents. They have so much talent, and please use that talent every day. In Finland, we started using parents when we developed curriculum. Each family, each parents were asked what kind of education your child and children need, and we asked them to participate. We organize frequently parent meetings. I don't say weekly, but perhaps every now and then, perhaps once a month, teachers are meeting parents, and in groups, but also individually. Let's move on. Next slide, please. So daily routines, they are very important to follow when we are talking about well-being. And in Finland, we are very happy that about 40 years ago, we got a law which says that school has to offer healthy lunch for every student in a school. It's totally free, and we have to do that by the law, and we will do it with a pleasure. Another thing is breaks. School days in Finland, they are organized in primary school especially, so that we have 45 minutes teaching, and after each lecture we have 15 minutes break, and teaching 45 minutes and again 15 minutes break, and that is kind of frequent, which comes every day, and breaks are needed. Children are going out and having outdoor activities, and then they will refresh their mind, and when they return to classroom, so they are more than eager to learn again. Mornings are important in many rooms, classrooms. Students and teachers come together in the morning. Perhaps they are singing together, perhaps reading something together, just to have a soft start for the day. Session and movement, they work hand in hand. If you move, shock, whatever, then you need to relax. Reading is a wonderful way to relax. I can tell you that in Finland we are heavy readers. Still, we have only 5.6 million people living in this country. But last year, our libraries were in heavy use. We borrowed 90 million books from our libraries. So quite many books per each person during the year. Next slide, please. So school practices which we use to enhance learning and well-being. In our country, we have launched years ago a program against bullying, meaning that whenever something happens, we have a systematic way how to handle it. We call students to talk to each other in the presence of teacher, of course. Sometimes if it's needed, if it's more serious, then we call the parents, and we have to deal all those incidents immediately when something happens. We have another project which is running in the whole Finland in every single school. The name of that project is Schools on the Move, which means that we encourage very much our students, but also staff members to move. We all know that sitting kills. If you are sitting hours and hours and hours, sooner or later you can find that it was not so healthy. So we encourage very much people to move during the breaks and other ways as well. Positive pedagogy is one thing which we are talking about very much. During the school days, we don't try to find what are the weaknesses of our students, but we try to concentrate what are the positive, where are you good in, and then encouraging, you are so good, you are doing this so well, please keep on going. If somebody is not so good, we don't remark it, but when he or she is good, then we tell how you are so great. So we concentrate on positive things. And actually in many schools, including our university school, we have hired people who are concentrating on motivating students. Each morning when our students come to school, our school motivators, they are waiting them, they are greeting them and saying, did you sleep well last night? Welcome to school. Perhaps you have heard that a long time ago, one guitarist called Carlos Santan, one of my favorite musicians, he made one great song which name is Let the Children Play. And he's playing that nice song and singing, and only lyrics in that song he's repeating, let the children play, let the children play. This is something which enhances well-being. So in the future, please listen to Carlos Santan and let the children play. Thank you for listening. It was my pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Kari. Just now you have mentioned about something that interesting for us to know more and further about, which is the break for outdoors activities and play during the session, teaching and learning session. I would like to hear more and further how long the break is and what kind of the outdoor activities does the students usually do during the breaks.
Yeah, thank you for your question. So normally the break is 50 minutes. So 45 minutes teaching and following 50 minutes break. And during the break, primary school children, they are supposed to go out. It doesn't matter if we have snow or raining or whatever, they are supposed to go out to get some fresh air. And there are always some teachers who follow just to see that everything goes smoothly and you can play sports there, you can talk to your friends, whatever. Nobody forces you to do anything, but we just encourage people. So it's, yeah, That's how it works.
Yes, yeah, it seems like
Thank
the
you,
synergy between the
Dr.
component
Kari.
ecosystem will boost the system to the great place. Okay, kita teruskan sesi ini kepada Dr. Mehander sekiranya ada
Yes,
tambahan.
thank you.
Thank
Thank you. Yeah, you should say it loudly, they can hear you.
Yeah, just said that. Terima kasih.
Sama-sama. Great pleasure to see
Terima
you.
kasih daripada Dr. Kari. Beliau pernah datang, he has been to Malaysia 3 times, but in the last 1 year twice. Right, so he has visited schools in Malaysia as well, and is familiar with Malaysia. So thank you Dr. Kari, and terima kasih kepada semua. Kita masuk ke slide akhir. Ini adalah gambar-gambar sesi kami tadi. Profesor yang anda lihat di sebelah kiri itu ialah Profesor Pekka Kes, Profesor Pekka Kes. Oh, you understand bahasa?
Yes,
No?
yes, yes.
Profesor Pekka Kes sudah ada 2 PhD, sekarang akan tamatkan PhD yang ketiga. Ada 2 masters, 1 bachelor degree, and 3 PhDs. Yang PhD yang ketiga dekat-dekat nak habis dah. So you can imagine lah dia punya the love for knowledge and the love untuk ilmu. Ini adalah sesi-sesi kami di sini semasa especially last week, dan minggu ini kami ada dalam satu seminar bersama dengan peserta dari beberapa buah negara yang lain. So last slide please.
Dato,
terima
meaning
kasih
that
kerana
a
sabar
a very knowledgeable professor, I would say. And hopefully Dato Mehander will bring something for us, especially to our teachers in CDL.
Yes, definitely. Tanpa diberitahu saya sudah mula rancang pun.
Very good,
So
Dato.
this trip has been very informative for me as well. This is my first time in Finland as well. And ke arah depan tu saya dah tahu apa benda yang kita nak belajar daripada mereka dan apa benda yang mereka boleh belajar daripada kita. It's two-way. It's learning both ways because we have also very strong multicultural foundations in our teaching and learning. Beberapa masalah yang kita juga pandai untuk selesaikan. Of course, we will have more sharing sessions tentang pendidikan di Finland. Kita ambil yang terbaik untuk sistem kita, kita kongsikan dan kita doakan supaya sistem pendidikan kita pun sudah menyerlah, boleh menyerlah lagi. We are good, but we can be better. But however, we can be the best in what we do. Why not? Right?
Yes.
Lanskap di antara kedua-dua negara adalah berbeza, tapi kita lihat yang mana boleh diselipkan dalam apa yang kita lakukan, mungkin secara kecil-kecilan. Remember, kita punya bilangan murid 5 juta. Population negara Finland adalah 5 point berapa juta. So anak murid kita hampir sama banyak dengan population dekat negara Finland. So dari situ pun kita boleh nampak bahawa ada perbezaan. So kita kena ambil dan lihat mana satu-satu perkara tu yang terbaik dan kita boleh selitkan dalam sistem pedagogi kita yang sedia ada. Yang tidak mungkin ada setengah tu tidak memerlukan peruntukan pun untuk dilakukan. Umpamanya macam well-being, beberapa amalan well-being juga. Of course, ya. Kita pun ada bantuan makanan dan itu adalah untuk murid before tea umpamanya dan sebagainya. Ingat, bilangan murid kita hampir sama dengan population negara mereka.
Yeah.
So, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, terima kasih kerana bersama saya dan dalam minggu lepas dan minggu ini sesi snippet kita panjang sedikit, tetapi saya anggap adalah sesuatu yang akan merugikan kalau saya tidak berkongsi daripada sini. Sepatutnya saya bersama dengan Dr. Sari, tapi Dr. Sari dia terpaksa ganti seorang lagi untuk sesi yang sedang berlangsung di bilik kuliah sebelah ni. So bila Dr. Sari di situ, Dr. Kari dia kata dia akan bersama dengan saya dan rakan-rakan saya yang lain yang datang dari Malaysia berada untuk bersama dalam sesi yang itu. Dr. Sari dah masukkan his message. Thank you. It was a great pleasure to meet all of you today. Mereka adalah baik hati, sama juga macam kita orang Malaysia, mudah untuk bergaul, mudah untuk didekati. Ya. Dan budaya ada setengah DNA tu kita, as part of our DNA, something similar to the Finnish people. Ya, itu yang. Dan 2 hari lepas, Duta Malaysia ke Finland daripada Helsinki datang ke Oulu. Naik kapal terbang 1 hour flight bersama kami untuk 2 hari. So he wanted to be involved. He came all the way. Dan semalam dia pun join sesi seminar juga. Panjang hari. He was with us. So it has been a good experience. So tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, no one can hand you experience, but they can hand you a book, they can hand you a journal. Buku adalah beban latihan untuk minda. Marilah kita sama-sama menerokai ilmu daripada pelbagai sumber. Ilmu itu boleh datang daripada mana-mana pun. And remember, if a child can't learn the way we teach, maybe we should teach the way they learn. Have a nice Friday. Have a nice weekend. I'm returning tonight. My flight is at 10 p.m. from Oulu.